Okay, so I just wanted to come on and do a little bit of an update on some of the storms that are brewing across the south part of the country. Um, so let me add some music and we're going here. Okay, so let's go here. So we have, this is Tennessee here, and we have some pretty solid storms coming through here. Huntsville just got whacked. Let's see, and there's a bend here, due south of Huntsville, actually. There's about due north of Birmingham, Alabama here. And these are going to be making their way into Georgia here shortly. Let's see here. These are pretty powerful. So if anybody's awake, which I'm sure they are now in this area here, be on the lookout. Let's go. Go back here. And bring this up here. So this is out of Huntsville, Alabama here, and we have tornado warnings here just over the border, right below Huntsville here. I don't know exactly where this is. Here's a little bit of a procedure here. What line of strong to severe thunderstorms will move through the Tennessee Valley tonight through early Saturday morning. Wind 1 a.m. through 7, northern Alabama and southern middle Tennessee. That's where this storm line has kind of set up shop. Let's see here. But like I said earlier tonight, they're moving pretty quick. So see this one here. There's a little bend there, right in that area there. But any one of these storms here can be possibly dangerous, for sure. Let's see if I can dissect this a little bit more here. So this is the southern Tennessee Valley geocolor here. This whole line of storms just got a purpose here. This is not good. There's circulation there, dragging all of this stuff with it. This moisture here is fairly warm, probably, and it's just feeding right into this. This mass is feeding right into this one here, and it's just working its way across the southeast here for sure. This is going to be a problem entering Georgia. Not too much South Carolina. Let's go back. I don't know why I hate this computer. I just hate it. Do you think it's that? The music? I want to go back here. Lower. Let's do lower. See what happens here. Won't be a long live. I just wanted to come back on, and because I noticed some of these storms here were so you can see right in here. See those top greens there? That's where the storms are. That's where the top of the cloud heads are, right there. So when you see the reds in the boxes, this is where they start to plume up here. This is all dry air here, more dry air back here. This is just wicked, dry here. And it's just looping around counterclockwise and causing quite a stir here around this boundary, pushing this air this way. And this is all the moisture coming up, the vapor. What is this? Let's stay. Cancel. I don't know what I'm doing. So, new layout? No, I don't want a new layout. Let's do this. Why? Oh, there we go. That works. Right? Okay, so this is this I'm looking at here. Everybody back towards the west of this is pretty much out of the woods. But right in here, right in this little box in here is where all of the powerful storms are. And they're just going to keep pushing east, maybe to the north a little bit, but see if I can go back to the radar here because I do want to check one more thing out. See what's going on up here. I missed it. But there's, there's some boxes in here too. So this is, okay, so it's Tennessee here. So right in here, this is not good right in here either. This is, I'm not sharing anything. That's what I saw on the water vapor too. It's right in here. Right in this box, this little storm right here, even though it looks tiny on the map here. See that little bend to that there, right in there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this, I don't know if it necessarily might have touched ground here, but it's acting suspicious right in here for sure. These don't look as bad here. This one here might, this is going to go for a while because the box keeps getting longer here. So you got advisories here, tornado watch, tornado warning. This is all high wind warning here, but there's right here, and this one way I just pointed to here. It's West Virginia. So this is a little out of the zone here. Saturday into Saturday night, so they got high wind warnings, 55, 58. These are maximum. 67. I'm assuming that these are in the higher elevations here. Wow. Yeah, there's going to be power outages here for sure if they get to this level here. That's coming from the backside of this here. So I just wanted to give an update on some of the storms that were coming through because I noticed them. I was on a live with somebody else here, but I noticed that these were flaring up here. Let's go here and see what's going on. Oh. All right, let's go here to ABC, see if I don't get striked here. This is ABC 3340. April Fool's Day. This isn't a joke.
Two people hospitalized, multiple trailers damaged in Bear Creek from that potential tornado. And that's what we jumped on here. This was back a good while ago when we had that storm moving through the Bear Creek area, showed that tornado debris signatures. So Stephen Quinn reporting that. If we get him
That's
on,
the latest
again,
kind
I'm
of
sure
technology
he'll
they
continue
have
that
now.
report.
Is they
But
have what they
just
call
now tuning in if the radio's going.
debris fields, and that shows up on radar. So whenever you have, a radar that's showing stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see show up, they call that the debris field.
Gone off, and you've heard, hey,
particles
tornado
and
watch
pieces of stuff that are floating around.
All of our central Alabama counties are involved in that. But right now, let's look at the radar trends. Things have certainly wound down on that front as of right now. We're looking at severe thunderstorm warnings. If you are down in Jefferson or Shelby County, and there's some lightning there, there's some rain. That's just rain. That's all we have is some light to moderate rainfall in Hoover, Alabaster, down south towards Calera, over Pell City, St. Clair County, Springville, Trussville area.
They do have a map.
Just some light rain out ahead of that line. And I'll tell you this, when you get rain out ahead of four-inch line of stronger storms, that stabilizes your atmosphere to the point where once this line moves further to the south, it's now moving into an atmosphere where we don't have that instability. We don't have that warm air available. So we will also see this cut off the energy to these storms moving from Fayette all the way into Cullman. So I really am on a general here. Thunderstorm warning polygon and trimmed away. And one thing to note here.
What happens too, sometimes if you get a lot of rain out in front of the thunderheads, you like this green area here, all of this green in here. This is all rain. So what happens is you have what they call a natural upwelling here. You have rain falling and it gets colder and colder as it hits the ground, and then upwells back into the system kind of. And that kind of starts to weaken some of these thunderheads. So you get an upwelling just like you do in a hurricane. And that causes what they call a natural cold environment. And that kind of limits your tornado possibilities.
They have not extended this into the rest of Walker County, not into Jefferson County either,
this one's
as of yet, because these storms have generally shown a weakening trend. Switch back over here to the National Weather Service, just trying to keep up with everything that's coming in here. As far as any reports, again, not seeing anything. The latest report, again, coming from our Stephen Quinn, that says 2 people have been hospitalized and several trailers damaged at Bear Creek from that potential tornado that we had earlier on. Right now, no tornado warnings, no tornadoes at all here, not just in central Alabama, but the state of Alabama. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings. That one,
so he's in Alabama,
Walker, goes until 4:15. So we're coming up on that here. The one in Cullman also until 4:15. Those are the 2 active warnings in the DMA as we speak.
Let's take WEXO 5 real quick. This is an image, Evan, from 5 miles south of Hackleburg. And the person that sent this photograph into me says it's my niece's house. And again, you can see there's some very significant damage here. That is major damage to this. It looks like it might be a mobile home. And I'm getting multiple reports of people that were indeed injured. And we're getting a lot of reports of damage from this tornado in the vicinity of Bear Creek, south of Hackleburg, back over to north of Haleyville in Winston County. And if you watched our
So this is your trusty old Google Maps here. So this is where they're talking about here. Beautiful place. Let's go there. Not now, but let's go there at some point. This is where, right in this vicinity here is where they're talking about. Not necessarily right here, but this is Bear Creek. This is nice little town. This sign is probably gone. Right, so let's go here. I'm going to go back to this. See if we can get something a little bit more north. You don't want to be the weather person that's up now. That's called the really bad shift. Where are we here? Let's find out.
Lightning strikes. But as far as our
We're at
actual area is
260.
concerned, I'll just zoom in on
Or
just
240
our
and now
area
we're-
and specifically, and we're looking at just shy of 200 lightning strikes. Now, we'll say the storms seem to be shrinking a little bit as far as the line seems to be getting a little bit more narrow. We were talking the past day or so, or a couple of days, that as these storms begin to push through, they may show signs of doing that very thing or breaking apart a little bit. So we are seeing some signs of them shrinking as far as not being quite as broad, but they can still prove to be intense. Now,
Yeah, that
what
might
we're talking
change
about
as
here
the
in this
day
location
progresses here.
is that
It
curvature
goes back into the
right
day.
in through here. And anytime you start to see these curves, or if you see bows on radar, that's something you need to be concerned about. So right in through here, this little curve that's right here, that's something we're going to be watching to see if that magnifies and intensifies. But so far, so good. And so we'll keep purples you see on the screen. That's hail. The dark reds, of course, heavy rainfall. And so we want to discourage you from getting out on the road. I know sometimes you have places to be if you got to go. You know, it's Palm Sunday. Isn't this Palm Sunday weekend? Well, if you want to go to Mama's house, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you're a little bit late, because you don't want to be driving through intense rain and thunderstorms with hail that could do damage to your vehicle and then try to blow you off the road together with that rainfall. So intense rain. We're getting some lightning strikes in this particular view, 93 lightning strikes. But let's walk through you again some of the areas that are going to see these storms roll through pretty soon. And while I'm doing that, I just want to regroup here and tell you how long we're going to have these severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for our area. Coleman County, Walker, and Winston counties, the severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect for another 11 minutes. Not to say we'll be done with everything in 11 minutes, but this particular cell of severe thunderstorm warnings could expire in 11 minutes, and we'll have to see if the National Weather Service extends the severe thunderstorm warnings to the east into, let's say, Bull County, or is into Jefferson. We'll just see about that. But I do want to let you know, if you are living to the south and east of these storms, they're going to be headed your way into Huntsville, River Bend, Garden City. You see this move into your area. Holly Pond, you're next, just down the road from Coleman.
Well, let's pause him for a second there. What am I doing? I did it. So we're going to go right to where he was just pointing to. Guntersville, Alabama. So we're still in Alabama here. Guntersville is like an island in the Tennessee River here, or a peninsula here. It's a bridge. So this is right where that storm is coming through, right in here. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a, if anybody's down in this area watching here, this is under the gun here, maybe a little bit more south of that down in here. But they'll be pushing northeast here, kind of swerving kind of updraft here. All right, let's go back to this here. Where was he? It's gone.
And this is going to right through the Coleman area. What's the name of that monastery there?
There's a Garden City.
Bernard.
In
St.
Myrtle Beach,
Bernard Monastery there, right by Holly Pond and Coleman. Between there, we're talking 278. We have Bolt and Phelan and Good Hope seeing the brunt of
these are
all
like
these
straight line
storms. Dodge
here.
City,
So
you're
they're
going
just
to
on
be
this
encountering these heavy rains coming up in just a little bit. Misty Harbor, Johnson's Crossroads down through North Walker and Roswell, Hopewell, and Askey Grove. You're going to see intense rain and
You
thunderstorms.
start getting like
But looks like they're shrinking as far as not being quite as broad. Now, areas to the north of this, up through Hamilton, looks like you're doing a whole lot better now. Ewan and Hackleburg and Double Springs, but severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for these areas for another 10 minutes. We'll go from there. Again, we're looking to the south. Rainfall is really helping us out.
Yeah, the rainfall is probably a pretty good
bigger
thing.
metropolitan areas of Birmingham, Dan County, and Hoover. You're getting all in the mind out of these storms help to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit before these storms get here. But hey, what we could be on this morning all the way how long tornado watch has been extended in our area. So even though we're now, and that's
You need a-
especially with additional heating. Wes?
That's
All right, yeah, Mickey, I'm just checking out things here,
we could
assessing the situation as far as, do we have anything that's about to really stand out? That is a live view that you see at the bottom. That is at Lake Guntersville. Look at that shelf cloud. You see that? Can we take this full screen, Rob? Let's take this. I just quickly want to look at this. This is that one storm, and you can see it approaching, but you can really see the low shelf cloud with this as that is approaching Lake Guntersville. And for folks in that area, this is a dangerous storm. This is what we're seeing a lot of right now. Look at that, quite ominous. You can see that low cloud approaching. There's going to be the risk. You can see the camera even shaking there on that camera view from the gusty winds. But for folks watching around Guntersville, that we are going to have some winds in here gusting over 50 miles per hour. Or at least as this around Lake Guntersville, some intense lightning with that as moves in.
Yeah,
but
believe me,
that's
that hail does not take.
now approaching. Let's go back to the
Hail will take the paint off
we'll
your
go
car.
back to the weather wall, and I have some other views. This is a tower right now. So not quite seeing the intense light. Noticing on some of our camera views there off to the sea. For me right now, mainly
love that air
impacting
right now.
the
Oh
most
my
dangerous
God, it'd be
storms there
so
across
great.
Coleman County,
Oh.
northern Walker still
Where
included
we
there,
in?
parts of Winston
Dew
County
points here, probably
as
like
he
30,
tracked to the
40.
east direction. But this is a view
Very
from,
low.
see what we have here. We've got also, I believe this is Collinsville. We'll just
That's
check out
warm,
what's
moist
happening
air.
there right
It's
now.
so wonderful.
67 gust up to 17 miles per hour. Here's another look from Coleman, or at least the last view that we had. And hasn't changed much. Mickey, we might have lost the feed there, but we're seeing some gusts up to 28 per hour. There's Gadsden. We'll be watching these storms approaching near Gadsden. Again, you can see what's happening there around Guntersville. There's Ascension. I saw quite a bit of lightning here in the Jasper area, especially from that downtown view there. It was really coming down. But the severe thunderstorm in northern Walker County, we've had a lot of nights like this. It's moving through the area. And again, this is what we're seeing a lot of, the rain, the rumbles out there moving through. And lots like this where you get these lines that start to event, they slow down like this, and then all of a sudden you see the storms, they start to lessen in intensity. But then an hour and a half later, you start to see those storms start to strengthen again. And that's just what we've got to watch for here through the early morning. As I always say, there's never a guarantee with a severe weather event like this. We're certainly not seeing anything like what happened out west and northwest today. This is pretty much doing what we expected. There's no surprises here. As far as the one surprise is that it did slow down a little bit. I mean, this is it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is still north of Birmingham. We're expecting this line to be much further south by this point, but it has slowed down a little bit. We're getting some heavier rainfall in some of these areas to the north, and probably going to last the system a little bit longer on Saturday morning, but we expect this to make it all through.
So I think the done, but most of the stuff is probably happening a little bit north of Alabama. I'll see if I can find another one to look at. Other than that, it's a 5:12 here, so this computer is just so horrible. We've seen that one. Where is this? Let's go here. Oh. All right, that's all that. Let's go here. This will be the last one. Should have gone here first.
Morning, and in some locations,
Okay, so this is 13 WVTM. So I know it's on the East Coast because it's a W and not a K.
That it does cause some flooding of water on roads. And
yeah, this is the same place. Here.
There's some spots too. So be aware. Most going to be on this morning. Thankfully, and certainly we shouldn't be, especially if a warning issued. But in addition to the strong winds, we've got torrential than some of these storms. West into parts of also into Walker are really not. I don't want to say looking poorly organized because they're still very strong and there's still some lightning and gusty winds with them, but everything is below severe limits. So you are in line. Again, you're not under a warning at this, but a pretty storm is headed to Oakman and getting into Warrior 2. Likely within the next 30 to 45 minutes. And then this storm is almost out of Pullman County, moving into Blount County too. And again, it looks like actually the National Weather Service went ahead and canceled that warning for Coleman.
That's the help.
It looks like with
all right, so
they've canceled that.
So I want to come on and chit chat. Nobody's watching anyway, so nobody really cares. So I'm going to give an update on the storms. Nobody's watching, but future reference, Ooh. Somebody's getting very sleepy. That's me. I just said that. It's an echo. Okay, so anyways, if you're watching this, which you're not, let's like and subscribe, maybe, and give me a thumbs up. And have a great day. If you're anywhere southeast, heading towards the Atlantic coast, especially the southern, southern, you might want to be on the lookout for strong to severe storms today at some point. So thank you, everybody who's, come on, and everybody have a good day. Thank you.